Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So last class I had already discussed about different features of object-oriented programming. Okay. So in today's class, I will show you how we can write different programs, basic programs in object-oriented programming. Okay. And how to implement the concept of class and object, how to instantiate the class, okay, how we can create different objects of a class, okay. So previously I had already told you that we will be working in Linux environment, okay. So if you have not installed it in your system, you can do all the installation and everything, but it is flexible, like you can um, go for any online compiler, okay, or any uh, platform wherever you are comfortable with. For now, like till the time it is offline, you can choose any platform wherever you are comfortable, and there also you can um, write your program, compile your program, okay. So but I will give you a quick guideline to all of you, okay, so that you will get to know how you can able to create the directory, how we can able to uh, create different folders, okay, and how we can maintain the uh, different programs that you are writing for respective labs, okay. So all of you follow. So first thing is you need to have the uh, Oracle VM VirtualBox. If it is already, if you have the college laptop, I think in most of the laptop it is available. If not, I will share a document with all of you. Okay, there I have written all the steps that you need to follow for downloading and installation. Okay, and what procedures you have to follow to maintain the directory or to create the directory, okay. So that if you will follow, it will be easier for you, because in the coming semester, in the forthcoming semester, maybe you will get to learn a subject operating system. There will be Linux, Windows, Mac, you can see the screen, okay. Once you download it, you can open it, okay, and then you have to go to the terminal, okay. So how we can go to the terminal, that is Control Alt T, okay. Simultaneously you have to press Control Alt T, and that will show you the terminal, okay. So first thing is, if the installation has not yet been done, then you can follow, okay, all the steps that I will be uh, just yes. Then the terminal will get open. Now, here you have to actually, first of all, you can check what is the current working directory, where exactly we are now, with the command that is pwd. Okay, so pwd will basically show you what is the present working directory, where exactly you are working. Okay, now after that you can create your own directory, okay. So just you have to use the command mkdir, that is to create the directory. Okay, then you can give any name. Okay, so your roll number, you can specify your roll number. Okay, any uh, whatever your roll number will be, then you can provide the section name. Okay, and this will basically create the directory. Okay. Okay. Now, as soon as you created your directory, you can get into the directory, okay, inside the directory by writing the command that is cd, that is change directory, and then you can write your directory name. Okay. So now I can get inside the directory. Now, if you will again write what is the present working directory. So PWD stands for present working directory. Okay. So you will get to know the entire path. Okay. So this is the entire path. So previously we were working in Git. Now I created a directory named as, so in the lab you have to create a single directory, okay, named as your roll number underscore your section name. Then inside that directory we can create different subfolder. Okay, so now I'm inside the directory. Now I can create a folder like, sorry. Okay, so now I created a subfolder inside the directory named as lab 01. Okay, again you can get into the particular subfolder by writing cd for change directory, then lab 01. Okay, so now that will again show you the entire path. Okay, now if at any point of time if you want to know, so again I can um, if I want to know what are the folder that I have created, okay, okay, or if you want to, now you have done with the writing all the program, all the assignment for the lab 1. Now you want to jump into the second lab, okay. So how you can come out of the directory, that is cd space dot. Okay, so all these instructions I have written in a document file. Okay, you can refer to that in case if you have any difficulty understanding the command. Okay, because once you at least basic commands you will get to know, so that it will be easier for you to uh, you will be comfortable with the Linux environment. Okay, so you can press cd space dot, then you will come out of that particular directory. Okay, now again, if I want to start with the assignment of the next lab, okay, so I can again go on creating a directory named as lab 02. Okay, then I can write change directory lab 02, and I will get into the second lab. Okay, and then I can start with the writing the program. Okay, so this is how, just till now I showed you how to create a main directory, and inside that how you can create a subdirectory. For every lab you have to create one sub folder. Okay, and inside that you can write your program. Okay, so now I can come out of the directory, that is cd space dot, and you can type the command just ls. Okay, so at any point of time if you want to know that what are the folders, what are the subfolders you have created inside the main directory. Okay, so your main directory is this, that is the roll number underscore your section name. Okay, inside that you can create different directory, or different folders or subdirectory. So at any point of time if you want to know what are the list of files, what are the list of folders that you have created, then you can type this command to visualize all the files or folders that you have created. Okay, so this command can be used so that you will get an idea that you have created these folders or sub directory, and inside that you must have kept your respective files. Okay, so now I'm just getting into the directory. 1 and I will show you the program. Okay. So now one thing is, before we start writing the program in C++ language, okay, so we need to have our essential package. So sometimes in your laptop the package will not be installed properly. Okay, so if first of all, you have to check whether the necessary package has been installed or not. So we need to install the essential package. Okay. So for that, we need to write a command that in the terminal window. Okay. So what command you have to write it down? All of you follow the command. So these commands I have written in the document. You can refer to it. Okay. Okay, so you can write this particular command to install all the packages, okay, all the C++ packages which are essential, because you will be writing the program in C++, so you require the C++ compiler, okay, so that is why you need to do the installation, okay, and if you have you already it is installed in your system, okay, because most of you have got the laptop from our college, so it will ask for a password authentication. Okay, so just try to like it will provide, it will ask you to provide the kit admin password. Okay, so if it is asking for your password, just write the password kit, all the letters are small letter. Okay, but if you have done the installation by your own, I don't think that that will ask you for any sort of password. Only when you have uh, taken the laptop from the college, that will ask you for some authentication. Okay, so provide the password kit. Okay, so as I have already done the installation in my system, so it is it's not showing that the package, the necessary package had not been installed. So अगर तुम्हारा पैकेज इंस्टॉल्ड ऑलरेडी है, यू कैन डायरेक्टली स्टार्ट. ओके, सो अगर मेरा नहीं होता, इफ द पैकेज वुड नॉट हैव बीन इंस्टॉल्ड, it will show that the we have to install this particular package by following the command. Okay, so all of you check uh, by writing this command in the terminal. You can check whether the necessary package has been installed properly or not. Okay, so in my laptop it has already been installed. Okay, so now what I can do next thing is, all of you know that before you write any program, okay, so we have to write it in a uh, text editor. We have to open a text editor. Okay, so in the Ubuntu, we have a gedit, that is a very simple and user-friendly text editor that basically comes preloaded on Ubuntu. Okay, so we have to open the text editor. Okay, so in order to write any program, any assignment that will be given to you, you have to open the text editor. Okay, and in that there you have to write the program. Okay, so how you can open the text editor, what command you have to follow, just all of you understand. You have to write gedit, then you can write the file name, whatever name you want to provide, like if I have given a program to find the area, okay, of a circle, so I already suggested to all of you that provide a name which carries some significance, some relevant name you have to provide, so that you can able to identify easily that where exactly you have kept the program. Okay, so don't give any random name P1, P2, P3, then again you will get confused what in which file you have written which program. Okay, so give some valid name so that it will be easier for you to identify or to detect this is the assignment, and for that assignment I have created this file. Okay, so I can give a name. Uh, just I can write down program one, and all of you know that we in C++ we have to give the extension is .cpp. Okay, so that extension you can write down, and as soon as you write the command, okay, the text editor will be open. Okay, so I think all of you followed what I have written. Only you have to write the command, that is gedit and then space, then the file name, any name you can give depending on what program you have given, then with the extension .cpp. Okay, so that will basically open the text editor. Okay, now here we can write any program, and I will show you. You can save the program, you can compile the program, you have to execute and run the program. Okay, so already, so we can start with at least a simple program for now. Okay, then I will eventually show you different programs using class and object. Okay, so previous class I had already uh, told you that we have to include the header file, that is has include iostream. Okay, so that is the input output. So you have to use the input output c in c out. These are the two stream class that you have to make use of for input and output operation. Okay, so you can make use of the header file, that is has include iostream. Okay, then we have to use the standard namespace. Okay, that is using namespace std. Okay, then so for now I'm not taking the concept of class and object. Soon I will show you program how to make use of the class and object concept, and how we can instantiate a class, how we can create multiple instances of a class. Okay, and then how we can go for a declaring different member function or different class variables. Okay, all of the things I will show you. Okay, but for now I'm just simply taking simply showing you a message. Okay, okay, all of you see, through this program I just simply want to display a message in the screen. Okay, so you have to make use of see out. Okay, then you can write any message if you want to display on your screen. Okay, within the curly braces, then I have just simply written 0 I have written. Okay, so this simple program. So I just wanted to make you familiar with the uh, text editor. So now once you have written any program, so any program that would be given to you, then you have to press Control S. Okay, or in the right hand side corner, if you can see, there is a save button. All of you can follow. There is a save button. You can also press that, or you can simply follow the shortcut, that is Control S. And how you will come out of this text editor, that you have to press Control Q. Okay, so once you simultaneously press Control Q, that will make you out of the uh, text editor. Wherever you are writing the program, from there you can come out of it. Okay, Now the main thing is I have written the program, I have saved it. Now I need to do the compilation. Okay. So for that I have to make use of the compiler, that is G++. Okay. Then I have to write the program name, file name, okay, with an extension .cpp, then minus o. Then I have to again write the file name. Okay, so this command you have to follow in order to do the compilation in the Linux environment. So if you're familiar with any other like online compiler, wherever you are Dev C++, any compiler you are comfortable with, you can do it. But once you will come here, you will given system from the college. There everywhere the Linux is. You will find the Oracle VM VirtualBox. Okay, so there you if you will start doing the program in this particular environment, it will be easier for you to learn the commands, and it will be easier for you to keep the folders and the files in the different subdirectory. Okay, so now once I will run this particular command, if there would be no compilation error, then simply it won't show any message. So if there would be any error in the commands, like missing any parenthesis, any colon or semicolon, or any sort of compilation error, that would give the message. If not, then that is, it is okay. Okay, now you can execute the program. Okay, so by following the command dot slash, then the program name, okay, or the file name. Okay, so once you execute this program, just I in this program I try to display a message, simple message in the screen, so that is the hello world. Okay, so I try to show this to you. Okay, so this is the way how we can. So the reason why I explained it, because you need to be familiar with the uh, commands and the way how I am creating the files, everything you need to be familiar. Okay, so just you got to understand the commands and everything, and I expect that all of you should able to do the installation properly, and you can at least able to write the program in this particular environment, because again eventually तुम्हें higher semester में ये तो करना है. So it's better to start early. Okay, so if you will be familiar at least with the uh, writing the program, doing the compilation, doing the execution, and running the program, then it will be you will be acquainted. Okay. So now I have written few of the program. Okay, so I will directly get into that folder. Okay, and I will show you different programs, and we will understand the concept of class and object. Then I will show you how we can access the class members and the member function and the methods of the class from inside the class and from outside the class, how to make use of the operator, how we can create different instance of a class, how the class can be instantiated. Okay, and how through the object you can able to access all the class variable on the class members. Okay. Okay, so I have already shown you the first program. Okay, so like in the previous class, I already told you that we can go for different escape sequences. Like there are different escape sequences that are being supported in C++. You have already learned it in programming in C, and I have already given this in the slide that I had prepared. So I will be sharing with all of you. So some of the escape sequences can be very frequently used, like slash n, that is for new line. Okay, so like the assignment which you are going to do for the today's lab. Okay, so there you in the first program program is you have to print the message hello world, then followed by the your name. Okay, so that would be the first message. Okay, so if I want to print it in a separate line, then I can print the first message with a slash n. Then again in the second line, I am again using the C out. Okay, then I'm again using slash n. Then I can specify my name. Okay, so just there is no difference between the this program and the previous one. Just I added one more uh, message, okay, to print the name by following the hello world message. Okay, so okay, so you can just a minute. Okay, so I just tried to show that if I'm using the escape sequence, I will get the message. So any number of output you can display, any message if you want to display on the screen, you can write through C out, okay, and all the messages will be displayed. Okay, so here I have not yet used the concept of class and object. I'm only showing you, you can also been able to write any simple program like using the concept of array, string. Okay, so whatever slides I will forward, there we have, so you have already studied the concept of string, array, everything in the C programming. Okay, so those simple programs can also be written using the C++ programming language. Okay, so not necessarily you have to go for a bottom and up approach. You can also follow the same pattern, same style which you used to follow in the programming in C. You can start with the from the main, and inside the main you can write the function, and whichever function you want to define, you can do all sort of operation. Okay, the way you how you are initializing the array and doing all the array operation, everything, every simple program can also be written in the um, by taking by following this approach. Okay, just the next program that we will see is how we can create a class, how we can create different class member and class different member function. Okay, and how to do the initialization of different object, and how we can display. Okay, so all of you see, sorry. Okay, so through this example, I will make you understand how we can create different class. Okay, then how we can create different object of the class, how the objects can get created, and how we can insert the value, okay, for the respective object, okay, and then how we can access the member function or the methods that you have uh, declared inside the class, okay. So first thing is, all of you know that in the last class I already explained that we, whenever we are going for object oriented programming concept, okay, so every C++ like program is associated with a class and object, okay. So what is a class? That I have already explained, that is a user defined data type that we can use in our program, okay. And every class that we are taking, we can also create an object of the class, okay, which will possess some of the attributes, okay, and some methods we can also define depending on what program we are writing, okay. And attributes are basically what are the variables that you are declaring, okay, and the functions also that will also belong to the class. So class has its own variables and it has its own methods, okay. So this is the way how we can create a class. Simply you have to write class, then space, then the class name, okay. You can write down, so any name you can provide, okay, depending on तुम्हारा प्रोग्राम में क्या given है, for that accordingly you can give any class name, okay. Then you have to start with the curly braces, okay. Next we, in the C programming, okay, so this is the keyword that is used. So there are many keywords that are being supported. So previously in C, you know that many keywords are there. So some of the keywords that we have already used in C that are also supported in C++. With addition to that, there are few more keywords are there, like class, uh, other keywords like friend, so many inline, so many other keywords like new, okay. So many other keywords are also being supported. So this keyword you have to use for creating the class, okay. And here you can see there I have written um, the access specifier, okay. So all of you first need to understand that in C programming, okay, in C++ programming we can have different access specifier or different access modifier, okay, that we can use to assign the accessibility to the class member, okay. So I have basically three type of access modifiers that are available in C++. One is public, another one is private, another one is protected, okay. So for today's class I will make you understand about public and private, okay. What you mean by public, what you mean by private, and just understand that these access specifier or whatever access modifier we are defining in a class, why that will be used basically in order to assign the accessibility to the class member, okay. So inside the class we are defining different class member, okay, and different member variable, okay. So how we can provide the accessibility to them, okay, and how we can set some restriction on the class member so that they cannot be directly accessed outside the function, okay. So that we will see how we can access it inside the class, and if you want to access it from outside the class, then what operator you have to use, okay. So that I will show you, okay. So just understand, we can have some constraint, some restriction on the class member, so that like if you are making it public, okay, then that can be accessed anywhere from outside the class, okay. But sometimes we are also restricting by writing the access specifier private, okay. So in that case what we can do, that we cannot directly access it from the outside class. So how we can access it, that I will show you, okay. So the first access specifier that I have written here, that is the public, okay. So all the class member, so whatever class members you are declaring under public specifier, that will be available to everyone, okay. So just understand, whatever class member, maybe it is a an attribute or just a class variable, okay, member variable, or it can also be a member function also. So you know a class comprises of two things. One thing is class variable, whatever variables that we need to use in our program, that also we can define, and also we can go on defining different methods, or we can also refer it as the class members in object oriented programming. Okay, so whatever class members we are declaring under the public access specifier, okay, that will be available to everyone. Maybe it is a data member, may it be a member function. If it is declared as a public, that can be accessed by other classes and by other functions also. Two things you need to understand. First thing is, I have few data members that I'm declaring. So these are, I can basically say these are the data members. I have specified the data type int id, then the data type is string. So basically in this program, I want to take the roll number and the name of the particular student as an input. Okay, so I have specified the data members with their respective data type. Okay, and few member function I have taken right to insert and display. These are the two uh, member functions I have taken, or methods I can say simply. Okay, so these data members and member functions are declared as public. You can see in public access specifier I have specified it. Okay, so once you define any data member or member function that is declared as a public, that can be accessed by other classes and by other functions also. Okay, so we can able to access them uh, from anywhere. Okay, from that can be available to everyone. Okay, or we can access it from anywhere or from outside the class, or that can also be accessed from any function. Okay, so the public members of a class can be accessed from anywhere in the program using the direct member access operator. So previously I had already explained you there is a dot operator. So while you are writing the program in structure, in the previous lab you have written the program in structure. So there you had used the operator dot operator. Okay. Here also we can make use of the dot operator. That is the we can say that is the access operator, or we can refer it as the access operator, and through that dot operator we can directly access the maybe it is a data member or maybe it is a member function that can be accessed through the dot operator. Okay, and so but how we can access it, that I will show you. All of you see, so these two um, so these two lines that I have written, these basically refers to the data member, and these two functions that I have defined, insert and display. Okay, so these are the two functions or the member function. Okay, so here I have passed the parameter like int I comma string n. Then I have assigned it like the value of I that I will take it as input, that value will be simply assigned to id. Whatever name I'm in taking input from the user, that will be assigned to name. And further I'm again taking another member function or method that is to display. Okay, display the name. So you can also display the roll number. I have only displayed the name of the student. Okay, now all of you know next is, while you are ending the class, all of you see, this is also very important. I have written the header file. I have written using namespace std. Then I have written the class definition. I have created the class. I specified different data member and member function inside the access specifier. Whichever access specifier you are using, inside that you can specify. And now I can end the class with a curly braces followed by a semicolon. So this is very important. Once you are writing the program, do not miss any format. We have to stick to the format, the way, the style we are writing the program. Once you are not following, if you miss any of the symbol or any of the uh, curly braces or anything, that will immediately show you the error. Okay, so be very don't go for any silly error that you already know that how to write the program. So if you are doing all sort of error, that will consume your time, and unnecessarily you will go on checking the errors in the program. So in a small program it is easy to find, but once you write or maybe uh, 50 lines of code, there it will be difficult for you to identify. Okay, so this is how we can end the class. Okay, now we will start with the main function. So you know that the execution of the program will always begin from the main. So from here onwards we can start the execution of the program. Now the important thing is the creation of the object. Okay, so I created the class. Okay, so this is my main function. Okay, the class name is student. So now the class can be instantiated, or I can create multiple objects of the class. Okay, so I just created the object of the class student by writing class name space, then any object name, any name you can provide. Okay, so this is how we can create object of a class. I can create another object of the class also. I can create multiple objects, single object, multiple object of the class. Okay, so two objects I have created. Now I'm trying to basically access the public data members outside the class. Okay, because it is outside the class. Okay, so whatever data members or whatever member function I have declared. Okay, so I can access them. Okay, so how to access the public data members outside the class? If you're trying to access the data member, okay, so simply you have to write s1 dot whatever data member you want to access. Okay, or you can also initialize with some value like id is 1234, any value randomly you can assign. So this is the way how we can access the public data member outside the class by using the dot operator, and also by uh, with the help of the object that we have created for the class. Okay, and also we can the same way we can also access the member function also. So it is not a problem because I have declared all the class member and member function in a public access specifier. Okay, so I can access it from anywhere. Okay, only we have to access through the object. Okay, so it's one dot insert, then I can specify the roll number. Okay, I can specify the roll number as well as the name. Okay, that I can pass as parameter. So whenever we are uh, okay, so whenever basically we are accessing it, we are calling it, then these value will get passed. Okay, and जो भी तुम्हारा display, so I called through two different instance, or through two different object, I called this two member function, and finally I can able to display the name of the students who possess the roll number 201 and 202. Okay, so again through the object directly you have to make use of the dot operator, and you can display the message. Okay, okay, so just through the message I was trying to show, like this thing also you can do, not by taking the concept of class and object. Also simply you can uh, take the print the roll number as well as the name of the student, that also you can do. But how we can do it through the class, that is important. Okay, So I think all of you understood somehow the concept of class and object. Okay.
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम।
हाँ बोलो।
मैम इसमें अपने यूजर यूजर इनपुट भी ले सकते हैं ना क्लास में?
हाँ हाँ, डेफिनेटली यू कैन टेक यूजर
मैम
इनपुट थ्रू
वो
सी।
फिर मैम वो फिर सी के कंसेप्ट से हुआ या इसका कुछ अलग होता है?
मतलब
मैम मतलब लाइक सी में मैम अपने स्कैनर वगैरह करवाते थे, इसमें कुछ
हाँ
और?
हाँ, ओके ओके, that I told na in the previous class, you have to make use of C in, just like C out, right? There is C in. Through that you can take the user input.
ओके मैम।
So it just I will forward the PPT. There you can get to see the different like programs, how we can take the input, okay, from the user. Okay, okay. Let me show you the program so that you will get to understand how we can take the input from the user. Okay, if you are not uh, clear with that, okay, just I
Ma'am,
will.
यस मैम।
Yes. हाँ
ma'am, why
बोलो.
have you mentioned void between main bracket?
Okay, that is optional that I have written. That also that you can write. That you can also exclude. Okay.
Ma'am, I did not understand the use of that void inside that bracket.
Which bracket? Oh, okay. So that I told her that is optional. You can write, you can exclude. That is not necessary. I have just written it. There is no need to specify void inside the main. Okay. So all of you see. So you were taking you were using printf and scanf, right, in programming in C. Okay, but while you are using in C++, I have already explained in the previous class what are the input operator that you can use, that is C in you have to use. Okay, so let me show you a simple program. Okay, so that you can understand how to take the input from the user, how to operate on the value. Okay, very simple program I'm showing you. All of you follow. So here I'm not using the concept of class and object. Only I'm through a simple example I will make you understand. Okay, so I'm just taking integer variable. Okay, then I want to take the input from the user. The value I want to take as an input from the user. Okay, so you have to make use of the C in. Then you have to make use of this operator. Then you can take the input. Very simple. The way I am taking the input, you can take the input. So in the class I told that you can also do the cascading of the input also. I will show another program where I will take the uh, marks obtained by the student in 5 different subjects. So there I can do the cascading of the input also. Multiple inputs can be taken from the user also. Okay. Now I'm simply just whatever value I have taken from the user, I'm just incrementing the value. Like I'm just incrementing it to 1. Okay. Then I'm just you can display, okay, or we can simply write return 0. Okay. Okay, sorry. I think there is some problem. I think it's not taking in. Maybe it is treating at something, some keyword or something it is treating. Okay. So just this is the dots. Okay, this is the way how we can take the input from the user. Okay, you have to use the cin operator. Okay, um, I don't know why this is not working. Maybe I have given this a different name or something, but this will work definitely. Okay, so you can make use of cin, and on that way you can um, take the input from the user. Okay. Okay, so this is another message program where I have taken a class and I have taken few data members and member. Only data members I have taken, and I have tried to access the data members from outside the class, okay, through the object that I have created, that is my object, and I have done some initialization, okay. Now all of you see another program, just a minute. Okay, so all of you see this particular program. So this program will basically take the name, roll number, and few marks that has been obtained by the student. So this is also another assignment that I will give you for today's lab. Okay. So you can take input from the student about the marks that has been obtained by the student in 5 different subjects. You have to compute the sum, and you have to find the percentage. Also, we can also go on finding the grade. Also, we have to use the concept of loop conditional statement. Okay, the way you are using in programming in C, there also you can find out the grades according to the marks that has been obtained or the percentage. You can also decide the grade of the student also. Okay, so here all of you can see I have made use of another access modifier. Okay, that is the private. Okay, so private access specifier or access modifier, whichever class member is declared as private, that can be accessed only by the class function inside the class. Okay, so जो भी class members तुम declare कर रहे हो, maybe it's a class member, like these are the class members, okay, that I have declared as private. Okay, so that can be accessed only by the member function inside the class. Okay, so जो भी member function inside the class नहीं हो, that can be accessed only by the member function inside the class, but they are not allowed to be accessed directly by any object or by any function outside the class. Okay, so this concept is very important. अगर तुम चाहते हो कि तुम्हें ये एक्सेस करना है, ये डायरेक्टली तुम्हें ये सारे क्लास मेंबर्स को एक्सेस करना है by any object, the way we have done for the previous program, through the object, through the dot operator, we try to access the class member or the member function. So that is easy only when you are specifying the access specifier as public. But whenever you are going for the access specifier private, Okay, so you are not allowed, or these class members have not been allowed, or it is not allowed to be accessed directly by any object or by any function outside the class. Okay, so again I will cover in future like what is the concept of friend function. Okay, so like how the member function or the friend functions are allowed to access the private data members, that I will show you, but now we don't need to understand that. Okay, so there is a concept of friend function that will help us basically, or that will allow us basically to access the private data members of a class. Okay, but just you need to understand, जो भी हम प्राइवेट डेटा मेंबर्स ले रहे हैं हम उसको डायरेक्टली मतलब एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, सो what we can do basically, here I have taken few of the data members. Okay, then I have taken get details and put details at the two member functions that I have taken. Okay, so as I already clearly stated that private members can only be accessed from within a class, or within the class we can able to access them. However, we cannot access it from outside the class. Okay, so what कैसे तुम करोगे, like here I have taken two member function, that is get details and put details. Okay, so just I want to access it from the outside the class, I have to make use of the scope resolution operator. Okay, so here I have written the return type, then the class name followed by the scope resolution operator, then I have written the here we are basically doing the declaration. Okay, and all the definition like what this function will basically do. Okay, so these things we are specifying here. Okay, so I have taken marks for 5 subjects as an input. Okay, and I have initialized sum equal to 0. Okay, then I am taking the name and roll number as an input from the user. So you can write enter name and you can take the username as input through cin. So all of you can see, you can make use of cin and cout, that these two things you can use to display the output or to take the input from the user. The same way I can enter the roll number of the student. Okay, all of you mark. Then I am entering the marks obtained by 5 different subjects. Okay, so this is the way how we can do the cascading of the input. Okay, in a single statement or in a single line I can take multiple inputs, okay, from the user. Like I want to take the input from the user for 5 different subjects for a particular student. Okay, then I can compute the sum. Okay, and then I am finding out the percentage. So as the percentage are taken as the floating data type, and whatever sum you are getting, maybe you will get it in the integer. So I can do the typecasting. So these things earlier you have done in C programming. Okay, but I will forward you the material. Okay, there you can refer how we can go for typecasting and everything. Okay, so I can compute the percentage as well as I can compute the total marks. Okay, then I can again I need to display the student details. So that's why again I have to make a call, or I have to write what this put details will actually do. Okay, again we have to make use of the scope resolution operator. Okay, then I can through cout I can display the all of the thing which I want to display about a student details, like the name, their roll number, their total marks, then the percentage obtained by the student. Okay, so here you can see that uh, all then again the execution will start from main. I have created an object of the class std, then through the class I'm accessing the public class member. So these gate details and everything, we are put details, we have kept it in a public access specifier. Okay, so this can be accessed through the object directly. Okay, but we cannot access the class members. Okay, So for that, you, in order to access that, you have to make use of the scope resolution operator. Okay. So here I have directly made a call. Okay. Or to here, whenever I'm getting the details from the user, I can get all the necessary details which I want for computing the sum and the percentage. Then again, I can, after computing the total and the percentage, I can display the student details by, again, by accessing through the dot operator through the object that I have created for the class. Okay.
एक्सक्यूज मी मैम,
हाँ बोलो.
मैम एक सेकंड टेक्स्ट एडिटर शो करेंगे प्लीज।
हाँ हाँ हाँ, just a minute. हाँ बोलो.
मैम जैसे पब्लिक पब्लिक वाले में मैम आपने void get details void किया मैम, अगर उसमें void ना इंसर्ट करे तो कोई एरर तो नहीं होगा मैम?
I don't think so. There won't be error. Just check. कुछ
मैम
एरर
मतलब
तो नहीं होना चाहिए क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम जब एक्सेस कर रहे हैं, वी आर नॉट पासिंग एनी वैल्यूज एक्चुअली. Okay, so that's why here I have written void. Okay, so just check if you're not specifying void, will there be any problem or not? I don't
राउंड
think that.
ब्रैकेट्स तो रखने ही होंगे ना
हाँ हाँ
मैम, ये जो ब्रैकेट्स है मैम ये तो रखने ही होंगे दोनों?
हाँ हाँ हाँ, ब्रैकेट्स
ओके
रखनी है. हाँ, like in few of the like previously I had shown you a program where I have actually passed few values like the roll number as well as the um, नेम ऑफ द स्टूडेंट. जो भी उनका वैल्यूज है मैं यहाँ पे डायरेक्टली पास कर रही थी. एंड यहाँ पे पैरामीटर में भी आई हैव रिटन इंट आई एंड character name. So as I am not passing any values here, so I think I can able to write void. But if you are not writing void, you can check whether you are getting any sort of error or not.
ओके मैम।
Okay. And also you can check this thing also if you have taken the class member as private and if you are trying to access it in the, like while you can make a call for the function and here you can pass the input as an argument also. Okay, but it's not, it won't create any problem, but just try to check also if you're trying to access the private class members. Okay, what sort of error you are getting. Okay, so that also you can verify in your system. Okay.
मैम
Hmm.
मैम इसमें मैम ये कंपलसरी होता है कि मैम हम डेटा मेंबर्स के लिए प्राइवेट या पब्लिक लिखें?
हाँ, मतलब you have to specify the cloud like access specifier. You have to specify. Sometimes we don't want to. We need to give some accessibility to the class members and the member function. So we can specify according to the program. We can specify any access specifier or any specifier depending on what is the requirement. Okay.
ओके मैम।
Ma'am,
हाँ बोलो.
ma'am, what is the difference between a structure and a class?
Difference between structure and class. Okay, so class, you have already done structure. You can tell me better what is the format you are following. You are taking uh, uh, user defined data type, right? A structure is a user defined data type, right? So there
Yes,
also you are
yes, ma'am.
defining different data type. Okay, and also तुम वही उसका जो भी डेटा मतलब वेरिएबल डिक्लेयर कर रहे हो उसको भी तुम एक्सेस कर रहे हो थ्रू डॉट ऑपरेटर. एंड देयर हाउ द मेमोरी गेट्स एलोकेटेड, दैट आल्सो आई हैव शोन टू यू. कंटिग्यूअस मेमोरी एलोकेशन होता है. ओके. एंड क्लास का डिफरेंस ये है कि हम यहाँ पे क्लास में हम क्या कर सकते हैं. सो जस्ट लाइक द डिफरेंस इज यहाँ पे हम क्लास का मल्टीपल इंस्टेंस क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, मल्टीपल ऑब्जेक्ट्स क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, एंड थ्रू दैट ऑब्जेक्ट वी कैन able to access the class members and the member function. We can also access it from outside the class or inside the class. Okay. uh, Sometimes we also do the like there is a difference, I think, the with the way how we are allocating the memory, because in structure mostly we are following the stack allocation, but in the class I think we will go for a heap allocation. So there are different data structures you must have studied: stack, queue, and heap. Okay. So I think that would be the difference I can मार्क दैट तुम स्ट्रक्चर में तुम्हारा जो एलोकेशन होता है वहाँ पे हम स्टैक एलोकेशन फॉलो कर सकते हैं, बट क्लास में हमारा नॉर्मली हीप स्ट्रक्चर रहेगा. ओके. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट जैसे स्ट्रक्चर का जो भी हम एलिमेंट्स लेते हैं, तुम जब भी स्ट्रक्चर का प्रोग्राम लिखते हो, जो भी एलिमेंट्स लेते हो तुम, सो ऑल ऑफ द एलिमेंट्स आर taken as public by default. Okay. All the class variables and constant वो हम ऐसे access specifier define कर रहे हैं, but by default they are private. Okay. So that can be another difference also. Other difference, if I would mark, then I will tell you. Okay.
मैम यहाँ क्लास में भी क्लास बाय वैल्यू और पास बाय वैल्यू और पास बाय रेफरेंस होता है.
That concept I have to check again. Okay. I don't think कि वो concept यहाँ पे हो रहा है, but I will check, verify, then I can let you. Okay, so I'm just showing the execution. Okay. You can also do this program, okay, in your system. So this is one of the assignments that you will be doing. Okay. Okay, so directly whatever sum, total, and percentage I want to calculate, I have already written it. The definition I have written inside the body of get details function. Okay, and directly compute the value. Okay. So okay, I will just take the attendance. All of you can after attendance, all of you can leave and you can join the lab. Okay, there I will give you some simple program which you have to do for today's lab. For some program you do not necessarily have to make use of the concept of class and object, but for few programs specifically you have to make use of the concept of class and object. Okay. And in the next class again I can go for other access specifier that we can use. Okay. And we can go for some more concept, additional concept that we can also add in object oriented programming, or in addition to the concept of class and object we can go for some other concepts as well. Okay. Okay, all of you respond to your roll call. Roll number 141.
Present, ma'am.
326.
Present, ma'am.
357.
Present, ma'am.
402.
Present, ma'am.
451.
Present, ma'am.
457.
Present, ma'am.
532.
Present, ma'am.
540.
Present, ma'am.
629.
Present, ma'am.
635.
Present, ma'am.
796. Okay, 796. 862.
Present, ma'am.
865.
Present, ma'am.
866. 874. 893.
Present, ma'am.
1279.
Present, ma'am.
1016.
Present, ma'am.
1084.
Present, ma'am.
1090,
Present, ma'am.
1094, 1164,
Present, ma'am. Ma'am, 1164 present.
okay,
094 present.
okay, 1225,
Present, ma'am.
1295, 1297,
Present, ma'am.
1299,
Present, ma'am.
1311, 1314,
Present, ma'am.
1317,
Present, ma'am.
1320,
Present, ma'am.
1321,
Present, ma'am.
1323,
Present, ma'am.
1327,
Present, ma'am.
29,
Present, ma'am.
32, 33,
Present, ma'am.
37, 43,
Present, ma'am.
51,
Present, ma'am.
52,
Present, ma'am.
54,
Present, ma'am.
57,
Present, ma'am.
60,
Present, ma'am.
61,
Present, ma'am.
69,
Present, ma'am.
74,
Present, ma'am.
83,
Ma'am, 83.
okay, 1401,
Yes, ma'am.
1406,
Present, ma'am.
1422, 1424,
Present, ma'am.
1444,
Present, ma'am.
1448,
Present, ma'am.
1546,
Present, ma'am.
1790,
Present, ma'am.
1803,
Present, ma'am.
1848,
Present, ma'am.
1889,
Present, ma'am.
2007,
Present, ma'am.
2063, 2158,
Present, ma'am.
2302, 2332,
2302 present.
okay, 2332,
Present, ma'am.
2374,
Present, ma'am.
5,
Present, ma'am.
76,
Present, ma'am.
77,
Present, ma'am.
78,
Present, ma'am.
84,
Present, ma'am.
2530,
Present, ma'am.
2545,
Present, ma'am.
2576,
Present, ma'am.
2601,